What is up, guys? How are we doing? Welcome to Bulletproof Mindset, where we bulletproof your mind through health, fitness, and just general chit-chat. And today is just a general chit-chat. We're going to go over my weekend, how we do podcasts, how we make content. We're going to go over Dale's new gym, like
wee gym update for you.
Wee gym update, how he's doing, the stresses that came with it, the money worries, and some embarrassing stories. So let's get right into it. Right, anyway, so let's get crack-a-lacking. We'll go into my weekend, right? So my weekend was pretty relaxed, I would say, until I went, so Saturday morning I woke up to edit the podcast. It's going out, it's probably already out, right? And it wasn't working.
What episode was it? Was it
20?
Oh, sleep one night.
Aye, so
if you're listening to that and it's shite, it's because James edited it. Missed all the cuts and everything.
No. I fucking got the cuts, fucking tell you that. So I think a lot of people think podcasting is fucking pretty simple, but if it goes smoothly, it's fine. But this did not go smoothly.
You said you were depressed after it?
Aye.
Like, how did you get
Depression. So I'll tell you how I got depression. So Saturday, right? Tuesday.
Let's jump back a couple of days.
So Tuesday, clipped it all. And you know what? I didn't know how to do the transition. So I was like, I'll do that another day.
So what does that mean for the guys listening then? You clipped it all?
Clipped it all, which means went to Dale, went to me, went to Dale, went to me, went to Dale, went to me.
So
right?
This is what I mean. Like, there's two camera feeds just now, guys. So when we get these clips, now we have an option where the guys at G4 can kindly edit this, but we are pretty tight on money, so
I'm poor. I'm fucking poor.
Try to save as much money as we can, but we also want to learn this as well. So what I'd done for the first 14 episodes, I learned it, and I went through all the hardship. And I was
well done, Dale.
So I was like, right, cool, I've got this now. And then I was like, right, you ready, James? Your turn. So I've gave the baton over to James, where we swap cameras in between when somebody speaks. And I gave James a 20-minute crash course. Right, this is what I've learned. Right, fuck off.
I needed a 20-hour crash course.
So James edited it. You changed the other cameras, but you didn't know how to add a wee transition.
I didn't know how to add a transition. So I saved it. I went, you know what, I'll do it another day. I tried to do it on a Friday, and I didn't know how to do the transition. So I don't want to fuck this up. So Saturday morning comes, I've got about 2 hours, and I go to the transition, and I fuck something really badly.
I fuck up, but I fucked it up.
But I fucked it right up. There was no sound, no waveforms. I was texting Dale, I was like, what the fuck's going on? He's like, there's no waveforms. I was like, right. So I went on and I YouTubed what's wrong. So I went through one video, didn't work. Went through another video, didn't work. Went through another video, didn't work. I was like, you know what? Fuck this shit. So I left it to Sunday.
Dale, I quit.
I was like, Dale, I'm out. Fuck this. So I woke up on Sunday. I was like, right, I had 3 hours to do some stuff. I had hundreds of time if I didn't need to redo the full episode, but it doesn't matter. So I went on, done a few more. I was like, what the fuck is fucking wrong? So I went on, and then this guy's like, I've got a unique issue. I was like, same, mate.
On YouTube?
Aye. I was like, same.
Right, okay.
See if I could talk to you right now. I'd be like, same, mate. Like, I've got the same issue. And he'd be like, oh, good. I can help you. I was like, here we go. So he talks me through it. I'm like, this is going to be it. So I watched the full video, right? It's like 5 minutes long. Not that long, right? But by this point, I'm like, see if this doesn't work, I'm going to fucking cry. So what I done was, I done his thing, and it fucked it up. And he went, you know what, if like as you said earlier, if you reopen a new project and try it again, if the sound works, there's nothing wrong with your settings. Done that, the sound worked. I went, you know what, fuck it, deleted the full fucking thing. So by this point, I am about 2.5 hours done, but I'm not even 2.5 hours done. I'm stressed out my titties, right? I'm stressed out my nut. So I just done it all again. It took me about an hour and a bit.
I was going to say, it's a 44-minute episode, so it's one of the longer episodes as well.
Aye.
It doesn't mean it takes 44 minutes to clip, because you're like, oh, I need to go back and get that clip. I need up, and it's like an hour, an hour and a half.
It takes a long time.
I never had a text for you. It was like, can I call you? I was like, what the fuck's up, Liam? I was like, I'm at the gym.
I'm depressed.
I would know, because I was stressed as well, because I was at the gym and you're like, I'm scunnered. And I was like, no, mate, I'm scunnered. I'm moving all these machines. And you went, no, I'm scunnered. I was like, hey, sympathy for me, man. I'm scunnered. And you're like, no, I'm scunnered. Like,
it was just back and forth scunnerness. I think I was probably more scunnered than Dale. I'm not saying my job was harder than Dale's, but I was more scunnered mentally.
Editing's a hard game. Like, people don't think about it, but like, see everything that goes into podcasting. So we record this. Maybe we spend about an hour actual recording, but we spend about an hour and a half to 2 hours coming down, setting up, planning the episode.
Yeah.
And then we get the clips in a couple of days with the audio synced up to each individual clip, put that in, edit that. So it's maybe...
Oh, the pain.
I think there's maybe
pain.
a good 5 to 8 hours.
That's what I was actually thinking about this all day.
Because then you need to get a thumbnail for
Yeah.
YouTube, you need to get the artwork, and then we clip the stuff to go out for
Yeah,
the
so
week.
we're here
it'd be
for
10 hours.
We're here for about an hour and a half. We need to research what we're going to be doing.
People listening, people are listening to this going, we don't care. Just gears the
No,
fucking
they
episode.
they care. They care. Everybody wants to know how do they actually do this?
Do you think so?
I reckon so. You know what I mean? This is
Funny if this is the lowest viewed episode. Nah, we don't care.
nah, no, because people are like
Thumbs up or thumbs
everybody
down.
thinks this is a fucking the easy peasy pish. Oh, they just go and sit and talk and then it's up. No, we need to fucking put it up.
But if anybody is a editor out there and they want to get some work experience, we can't pay you, but
Aye, fuck all. Cause you'll get paid. Fuck all.
we'll give you top class banner.
Aye, oh,
Semi-class.
I will. They won't. They'll give you that patter. I'll give you.
So you went
Top.
and trained as well, though, didn't you? Did you train?
I went and trained because I was like, I need to fucking get this place.
What your house?
Aye, no, the mental barrier in my head.
Would you train?
Just arms.
No, you didn't.
I did.
No, you didn't. You trained arms.
I just went to get my testosterone up.
Fuck off.
Mine was, so as I was speaking about you just wanted my testosterone up.
You trained arms.
I trained arms. I couldn't train anything else. I was sore everywhere else.
You gave me shit the other day. No, in fact, you actually made a post where you made a comment on this episode saying in podcasting, one of the episodes saying training arms is a waste of time.
It was. It was good for my mental health, but my arms haven't got any bigger.
Wait till Jay hears this.
Oh,
he's
you're
gonna,
like, woo!
he's gonna rip you apart, mate.
No, I done pull-ups and close grip benches to the compound, so kind of arms.
Fair enough.
Aye.
Fair enough.
Let me off. So that's my weekend. It's podcasting's harder than it looks. That was my point there.
But look, you have to go through a lot of shit with this editing. Like I said to you, I went through that.
See the pain. I don't know if you can see my eyes right now, but the pain. Even think about this.
But at least you know next time if something happens with the audio, you just need to go right. Fuck, I need to start again. Shit.
Aye.
You need to.
Aye, I'll start again. Give it the deal.
I'm telling you. So see when you edit this week, cut the clip at the start, change it to like 0.5 times speed.
Aye, that'll be right.
Do you know how you'll do it?
Nah, I
It's
won't.
easy.
Nah.
It's easy going.
But let's move on to the next point. So the gym is nearly ready, right?
As so that this weekend was, I'd probably say last weekend was a big weekend because we get the mats down.
What is the name of the gym?
Actually, still don't know. You know what?
Come on!
So
The people want to know.
I'll put it up on the screen. If you're editing this, I'll send you the picture so you can put it up. On the screen.
right.
But see the woman, she is.
I'm not putting fuck all up on the screen.
Look what she's editing.
Oh, that's amazing. That is.
So that's meant to be the logo.
Oh,
Don't get me wrong, I like this, but I don't like the grey and white.
I would give her £2 for that.
Nah, that's
I'd give her £2.
she's taking 50 off me. So,
When she can get fucked.
so like it's all right in the black, but right. So where are we at with setting up the PT studio? The last couple of weeks have been kind of changed the look of it. I'm going to put a wee TikTok up today, so I'll share that in the stories. If you check our Instagram page out, you'll see one of us posting about it.
Yeah.
But we got the mats down, the grass is cut, the slide area is cut. I kept saying I'm going to cut this grass. John was like, what? I was like, no, like cut it in the side. She's like, all right, I see what you mean.
Get the lawnmower out.
Aye, she's been phenomenal doing all the painting because I fucking hate painting.
Oh, it's so shit.
Oh man, it's like
So
so
bad.
cutting in. Like so it's all that hallway's done. There's a wee bit to get painted at the back. Some lighting's getting done this week. Well, I've ordered the lights, so the kind of base foundations it needs to open this week because I'm going to start training people there from next week.
So that's what that's what I'm going to ask you. So when this podcast does come out, which will be not this Thursday but the next Thursday, where will we be at? It'll actually be the Monday after. It'll be Monday after. No, it won't. I don't.
Make your fucking mind up, man.
No, I think it'll be next Thursday. I don't actually know. Right, but
When are you listening to this episode?
whenever you're right, so it'll be about 2 weeks from now. So where do you expect to be at by that point?
So I want the lighting to be sorted and the room, the office, the podcast room in the studio to be up.
Yeah.
Maybe not fully complete, but the foundations are up.
Yeah.
And I want to be training my clients there. So I think all in, we should be good. I should be good to do that from next week. And well, I've kind of said that to Manny. I said that as of end of November, I'll be training my clients in there.
Yeah.
So it's all go, man. Wee bit scary, but I can't wait. I honestly can't wait. You should see. In fact, I tell you, you'll know that I'm there when there's more content coming up.
Yeah.
So as soon as you see more content
100%,
coming on
that's when you know.
Instagram, TikTok, YouTube Shorts, all that sort of stuff, I would really want to get like more and more content now. But I need to do the bathrooms up, or one of the what do you call it? It's like the wee.
The one with the heating in it.
The disabled toilet, or whatever you want to call it. So that's to be done. And then eventually get mirrors in. So I've got the dodgy mirrors at the front just now.
Yeah.
That's probably going to mirrors, and another machine will probably be the stuff that happens within the next 3 months, but it's not going to be happening for it opening. I want to make sure everything else is sorted for then.
So if you don't mind, explain what's in the gym.
So yeah, I put a clip up the other day. So I mean, I strongly believe you. For my training and the clients that I train, it's all compounds and it's all free weight stuff.
Yep.
Now there's machines there,
and
the machines working. They're in good. They're maybe a wee bit used, but they're in good nick.
They'll do the job for everyone. Yeah.
So we've got cable machines. We've got 2 cable machines. There is a lat type of pulley down one, which will just be an our cable machine, leg extension, shoulder press, chest press, incline chest press, and a shoulder press combo.
Yep.
And then everything else is free weight. So we got dumbbells, we got a T-bar row, we got a hip thrust station, and then we have 5 squat racks. That's going to be in there. That's my favourite part of it.
That is my favourite part as well.
We've also got the safety bar squat.
Squat bar.
I'm going to play about with that this week. I'm quite excited to train it.
Yeah.
Just mess about with it and do get back to my roots. Do you know what I said to Jan last night? I was like, I might compete. She's like, what?
Compete at what?
Bodybuilding.
Oh.
So I think.
Oh no!
Hear me out.
Right, fucking. Right, get that gym patched. No, fucking put it in the bin.
No, so most PTs will compete to get popularity.
Yeah.
It gets traction online. I was like, you know what? I might actually do it just for the sake of getting that, because that's good marketing. But what I was thinking, I don't want to compete next year, 2023. I'm not.
No, it's too soon.
Not in a size that
Too soon.
But I would quite like to lay the foundations and go into some sort of strength type training.
Yeah.
And then transition into bodybuilding. That's so. Whether I do it or not, maybe I'm saying it on the podcast to try and keep me a wee bit more accountable. So maybe I will do it. Maybe we could do it together. So never know.
No. But I might compete in powerlifting once everything's calmed down a wee bit. So
we're going to do that.
I do want to, but I need more time. I need at least 4 days a week training.
So.
Full scale. You know what I mean? I do need that.
Yeah.
I think I'm getting back to it because I trained 3 times last week. Obviously, one was arms, but the 2 sessions I did have I smashed it. So going back into it, right? So a lot of people wouldn't have started their own business, right? They wouldn't have started anything, even small. I would say opening your own gym is a pretty big deal. Obviously, a lot of stresses came with that. What would you say is the biggest stresses that you've came across recently? Because it's happened quite quick, but what does it say?
Oh, it's happened.
Was the most stressful part for you?
It's kind of hard to say what the most stressful part is. I would say one thing I never thought. If anyone's listening to this and you're thinking about opening your own place, open your own business premises, here's some things that I didn't realise that you had to do. Electricity rates are different.
Yeah.
Nobody fucking tells you that.
Are they more expensive or?
You have to.
They're more expensive.
You have to negotiate a rate. So depending on your rate will depend on your bill. So they can say say your rate is £1 per 1 energy of usage. That can range up to £9. Mm-hmm. One of the guys there, he was telling us that one of his shops, because it expired his rate went from 40 grand a year to 90 grand a year on electricity. And I was like, whoa, what the fuck? And I've heard this before, but I never really understood it. Mm-hmm. So negotiating a rate is like a massive deal. What he ended up doing was collapsing one party's business, setting up as a new customer under a new business to get a different rate, because this is
so do you think that's why you see so many of these people and
renames?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So that's why.
Another thing is business rates. Now, luckily with the premises, I don't think I need to go through the council on that. Going through that process just now, but you pay business rates to have a business premises.
Yeah,
it's like a tax basically. Some business rates you can pay up to like £80,000 a year. And I was like, what the fuck? Like nobody tells you about this sort of stuff.
Yeah.
With businesses, you need to pay water bills. I was like, what the fuck? Since when?
I don't pay for it in my house, so how do I pay for it here?
It's because it's a business rate. And with wastage, you need to pay a company to come and collect the waste. That's why you see those waste bins. So you kind of pay X amount a month to see how many pickups you get. So I need to kind of work that out as well. So these are all things, and I've probably missed some things as well. And insurances is another thing. Different laws, different practices, all that sort of stuff. I still need to do a wee bit of research into that side of things. But I think the way I'm setting up the place, with it just being a PT studio, it's one in, one out, and it's you like self-employed PTs. Like, you're responsible for having your own insurance. There'll be contents insurance of the building and stuff like that. That's what kind of makes this model a wee bit easier to open up. But see, if it's a gym, there's a lot like there has to be proper. Also, this is the same as well, but fire exits, emergency calls, fire and health and safety if you're selling protein, all that sort of stuff. How are you washing the cups? There has to be a certain temperature of water and all that. And I'm like, what?
Yeah, you need to get environmental out to you to check you and make sure you're okay.
Playing music and all that. Now, thankfully, as I said, the style of this business model is a wee bit different to
a standard gym.
A standard gym, but I'd like to eventually open it as a semi-private gym, but it'll be high ticket memberships to keep it quiet. Not keep it quiet, but not as much usage.
Yeah.
If you want a private gym, then there you go. You kind of pay a higher fee for it. That's what I wanted. There's not just for the average Joe or kids to come in and fucking fuck about with.
Yeah.
But right now it's about getting the PTs on board and getting a good environment for them. So I think for anyone listening, if you kind of fall into that personal training category, what's some of the things that you're quite excited for, like this space that it provides that maybe not gyms provide?
So I'm excited for the space, for the fact that we can go in, we can bring our cameras in, we can bring our laptops in, we can bring our food in. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be recording content, whether it be for online for our actual clients or for Instagram or for TikTok, etc. I'm going to be able to go into the other room, I'm going to be able to edit all there, I'm going to be able to make my lunch, I'm going to be able to work all in the one space, I'm going to be able to do it all there, and I'm not going to get any bother off any distractions. There's not going to be, as much as I love clients in the public and public gyms, sometimes I'm at work, and if someone's talking to me for 10-15 minutes, that's 10-15 minutes out my day of working, energy, but it's also brain energy. So when I go to work, I'm like, right,
I'll do it in the house.
I'm out the zone as well, so it's really just bringing that all together and being able to go in, I'm going to work, I'm going to do this, I've got my creativity there, and I'm not going to be doing classes.
So it's another benefit. Well, what I would say, so see the kitchen area space, that's going to be your hangout, your breakout.
Yeah.
That's going to be the space to eat and interact with other people that's in there. If you want like clients or your fellow PTs and stuff like that. The room through the back, I'm going to make that an office with a desk and have ports so you can bring your laptop and plug it in.
Yeah.
Or I'm going to I think I might bring my own PC in, but I was thinking about putting that in the podcast room.
Yeah.
So those two rooms are going to be like office type spaces. Also, you'd use the one at the back if there's a podcast on, like vice versa and things like that. So that's the kind of next goal. And if this model works, I would like to like move and expand like as well, because I think there's a big gap in the market for a very high ticket premium, whatever you want to call it, for PT studios. Where it's like, come in, you run your business, you pay a small fee for it, but you have a business premises that you can work from. I don't know, to be fair, I've never worked in Pure Gyms or JD Gyms or anything like that, so I don't know what other gyms is like. I've only got my own experience through Gym 24. But I think most gyms follow a
similar process.
Not even process, but they're tailored to increasing members.
Yeah.
And it's like PTs is there as a byproduct to help members.
But
it's more focused towards
members,
the member experience. I want to have this as a focus for the
and
PT
that's
experience.
where a problem as a PT, as a personal trainer, being in a gym environment like that, it is focused on getting clients and making the business money, which is obvious. Like, that's what it obviously is. But then that comes at an expense of your personal training business and you building your personal training business. That's why. So that's another question. So I've got to ask you, like, why did you make this step, and why did you go for it straight away? Why was it? And what was your thinking when you were offered, look, this could happen? What was your thinking behind that?
So when I was offered the opportunity, it was, do you want a gym? And straight away I was like, nah, like I've seen the kind of stresses and headaches of trying to staff a place, try to keep the member count coming in, and more or less to the point is there's a JD gym opening right down the road. These are big corporate monsters, and albeit there's some fantastic small independent gyms in and around Coatbridge and Airdrie, I just don't think having another one in the mix is going to be any good. However, see if I went down the gym, I know how I would market my gym just now. If anyone's listening and you fall into that camp, or you're a PT that works in there, then the feedback I would have for gyms is no. how do I get more members to come to me instead of JD? My marketing then shifts to there's X amount of people that are working out just now.
Yeah.
There's X amount of people not working out.
Right.
How do I market people just to work out? Even if I push them to JD, if I can be a voice that goes, you know what, that made sense. They done an episode on why lifting weights is important.
Yeah.
And that's how my marketing would be, to get more members
Yeah.
into my gym or just into working out, because that's my purpose. So
Yeah.
it leads nicely on to the next point. My purpose is always, how can I help as many people as I can? Working in a gym, I can only help the people in that gym.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm so like active on no influencer game, but that's why I'm active in producing social media content, because it hits a wider audience. Even if one of my posts helps one person that's got nothing to do with living in Wishaw, living around North Lanarkshire, and lives at the other side of the world, if that spurs them to get into health and fitness and do their own thing,
that's a win.
that is a huge win. So that's what gives me passion to do what I'm doing. I'm torn between driving from, so I drive from Airdrie to the gym, to Gym 24, then do a wee bit of content in there. Content then became harder the busier the gym got.
Yeah, I was the same. I
think Sundays and stuff, we had that planned in. We were both doing content together, and albeit this is a quiet period of the gym, it's becoming a wee bit awkward. Not awkward. I'm not awkward when it comes to it, but it's just very distracting when you're trying to create content.
Yeah.
Then drive down to G4 to do our podcast, which is great, having this then, and then back to my garage gym. So I've been fortunate that I've got a garage gym, I've got an own space that I can do it.
Yeah.
And I was recording in there, and I was like, imagine this was it. It was just one stop where I can do everything.
The one.
Because the more and more I thought about it, I was like, right, why don't I just go back to training clients in my garage? And I was like, it's
There's not enough. There's not
a good experience for the client, because
it's
a very small box.
Just not
it's
enough.
A big disconnect.
Yeah.
So that's how when I started thinking about it and kind of playing out each scenario in my brain, I was like, right, this is going to be a good space. This is actually, like, if I rather than see it as a gym or a PT studio, think of it as a content creation space. And that makes people go, well, what the hell does that mean?
Aye.
But it makes sense to you, because
It makes sense to me. Yeah, I understand it completely.
Yeah, and it means that I can get any person in, I can create a gym environment
for them,
for a member, for a prospect, or whatever you want to call them,
tailored to anyone.
Exactly, and show them that, look, here's how squat racks kind of tend to work. This is different layouts, and I'd like to kind of get to the point where I do have good relationships with, like, local gyms in the area, so I know how their gym's set up. Yeah. That's what I'll do for my own market research, because if I start getting people coming over to Airdrie and they're like, right, I go to JD in Coatbridge, or I go to this gym in Glasgow, I'd like to go to these gyms so I know the layouts of it, so I can speak directly to them. That's what helped me increase my experience that I give to that client. So it was after that, it was a done deal. It just became, how much is this going to cost, and how the fuck do you come up with that money? You, like, this is one thing that surprised me. I was saying this to John the other day. I had maybe savings wise, I had about $6,000 to my name, and I just went on a property course because I was starting to tap into property. Spent about $4,000 going through this course. Yeah. And I was in a position where I was like, right, if I can go, like, so properties are great, even the current conditions in the market, property, the way I was looking at property is, this is a way for me to create wealth, but also fund more of the stuff I want to do in health and fitness. I never want to be a property run business, but there is aspects to the property part where I can get good cash flow to invest back in my coaching side of things. Yeah. So this is all came at the worst, but probably the worst possible time that this could have happened this year, because I've already $4,000 out of pocket, and then another $1,000 on something else as well, a marketing strategy type thing. So it was $5,000 down, and then I was like, right, now I need to open this PT studio.
I think it's quite good for everyone else to hear this, and obviously you're explaining how much money you spent and how much money you had and how much you're like, fuck.
People are very taboo with this.
Yeah, exactly. It's not even the fact that you spent this and you had this, it's the fact that it takes that amount of money to build your business, to build your brand, to build what you want. It takes a lot of money and a lot of time, and so many people out there are scared to spend that. Like me, look, that's why I took a step back and I went, this isn't for me at this moment in time. That's why I'm coming on as a personal trainer only. So if anybody doesn't know that, I'm only going over as a personal trainer because it wasn't the right time for me. That would have just put me under too much stress, and you know that. We've spoke about that. But for anybody listening, if you want something at the same time, you still need to put out a lot.
Aye, and no one will be able to do this in terms of the house. So I was calculating last night. So to paint the whole room black, that'll be very transparent in all these numbers. For anyone that's ever thought about it. So to paint that whole room black, I got a good price. So I got a quote from a guy, one of my clients, very good friend, and he was like, yeah, I'll help you out. Probably cost me $3,500. I was like, fuck. And then I was like, maybe I'll just paint it. And then another guy got another boy to do it for $1,500. So I was like, right, cool, done deal. That's all I need to have. So that's a lot of money up front.
Yeah.
So that paints the whole room, changes the aesthetics straight away. So for me, it was getting the aesthetics right.
Massive change, massive.
As soon as you get that, so I knew I wanted black room, black floors, and good LED lighting.
Yeah.
So the next thing was then equipment, right? What equipment's in there, right? We got squat racks. As soon as I knew squat racks were in there, I was like, right,
good.
That's all I really need. I can
and then
make this work.
Then what else? What else can we keep that would still add, but the squat racks make it?
Exactly. Because I was like, right, that's it. That's a done deal. Because I don't like squat racks will give me the ability to create the content and train the people that I want to train. Because I would just shift my market in a wee bit too. Right, I'm just training you for compound lifts. That's where I was going in my brain. And I was like, oh well. There's cable machines here. There's some good equipment in there. So got rid of all the stuff that I didn't want, treadmills, all that malarkey, and just kept it to the fundamentals. And then I became, right, let's price up stuff that I need to get. Barbells. Wanted the coloured weight plates just because, again, it's all about the aesthetics.
Yeah, it looks good. It does look good.
Now, you don't want it all show, no go as well. So I wanted good quality stuff. So got a bunch of stuff from Primal. Got some stuff from Strength Shop. So it was barbells, dumbbells, and... what was the other one? Oh, plates. And that's pretty much it. Like ideally, yes, I would like to spend a wee bit more money and get some more machines and plate loaded stuff.
That'll come in time.
It will come in time. But it's for me, it was like, how do I get this open as quickly as possible?
Yeah.
Because I will miss the opportunity if I turn around and say I can't do that for another 6 months. They would just take that opportunity.
Somebody else would take it.
And like, you'd be surprised that when you put your mind to something, what you can come up with.
Yeah.
So I managed to raise just shy of 20 grand in that short space of time, and that's what's been spent on this. So I've spent 1,500 on that. I got a 10 grand loan to buy the plates and barbells and dumbbells and all that sort of stuff. And then for the equipment in there, it was roughly about 6.5, which was, you will not get that for that price. I think
no.
This is what I mean as well. Like this opportunity, like very rare does that come up that a gym is closing down. The equipment
is still there,
is up for grabs for a very, very good price.
Yeah,
like they needed to go. So I was like, right, I need to jump on this.
Yeah, gym equipment is very, very expensive for anyone listening. Super fucking expensive. People don't understand.
It's crazy. So I'm about 18 in just now. The strip of Astro grass was about 400, and then I was raging because I went into Carpetright the weekend and there was a big strip and it was good quality and it was like
400.
Nah,
you told me.
And I was like, oh, and I was like, fuck it, you know what? These are all experience.
Shit happens.
Never know if I'm going to.
But at the end of the day, that's hindsight because at the end of the day, you need to get it. If you think it's a good price, you go and get it and get it done. That's that stress alleviated. When you're running a business, you need to get the stress alleviated as quickly as possible. Yeah, you want to find the best price, but yeah, you want to get it done as quickly as you possibly can.
So that's a couple £100. Getting the paint and all that, maybe so I painted the hall, changing the look of the hall, and then the MDF boards, that was like 300 quid for just I'm like, what? Wood? Timber and all that fucking sort of stuff. So thankfully my dad's a joiner, so he's been giving us a big hand with this. The last piece is getting the studio built, so getting the podcast room where we're going to podcast. So we're going to podcast on the gym floor, but we're going to make it a soundproof room, an enclosed room that we can.
Again, that gives us that less travel time again.
Exactly.
As we spoke about, we don't need to travel for content now. We can just do it there, PT, same place, and podcast in the exact same place, edit in the same place. It is just going to be so efficient.
So it's a one-stop shop for that.
Yep.
The last big piece of spending will be on equipment, on
cameras and that. Which will be both of us.
Yeah. So that part, like, we're still like, don't get me wrong, like, even though you're stepping back for the actual gym side of things, you're still very involved with this.
Podcast,
this is both our podcasts. It's not.
Yeah.
So this is where it's going to get a wee bit confusing. So we'll probably do away with the Instagram page. And well, I don't know. It probably makes sense because it's like duplicating our content. You want to grow your content, grow mine, and we grow it together.
Yeah, I don't think it was a mistake. It was just one of the ones where we just didn't know.
We didn't know there was going to be a PT studio.
Coming exactly.
So like for me, it just didn't make sense to have a Bulletproof Mindset business page, a Bulletproof Fitness business page, Coach Crossford page, and then your Raw Gym Fit. It's just so much content to try and duplicate.
Yeah.
And then you've got YouTube and TikTok. So I think the YouTube will also the channel that we upload this in, this will all still be Bulletproof Mindset, but there will be a creation of Bulletproof Fitness, so that there's a brand of a brand that's out there that PTs can go, oh, you know what, I want to work.
Yeah.
That's a good place to work. That's what I want.
So I'll answer this question as well, but this is say the last question on this, right? What is the benefit of someone coming to train at, we'll call it Bulletproof Fitness at the moment, compared to
member?
What?
You mean as a member or as a PT?
As a personal training client, what is the benefit of coming there to anybody else?
So this is where marketing, I probably need to draft up the exact marketing. It's going to piss off.
No, just tell me.
Aye,
tell me straight. I don't give a fuck who you're pissing off. Right? Tell me straight, right?
No, I'll go straight to it. So
Think about I'm Piers Morgan, right?
fucking look like
What? What is the benefit of someone coming to Bulletproof Fitness compared to any other gym?
So any public commercial gym, whatever you want to call it, there is other members that's going to be in there. Mm-hmm. This will only ever be PT to client. This isn't going to be open to the public. Yep. So you have an enclosed environment to train. You don't have the awkward situation where even if there's 5 to 10 PTs in, you'll get on what you need to get on plan. So you'll know it yourself. You've had a plan for a client and you have to change it up just because of the time that you're training at. The business environment feeling that sadly is everybody
puts a lot of people off.
5 to 7 o'clock.
And that's when most people finish work. So I want PT then.
Exactly. So it's usually the hot spot to train.
Yeah.
Now the taking your time with everything as well. Like there's no rush to
get off this.
Because you're like, all right, somebody's needing that.
Yeah.
I think that's another benefit as well.
Yeah.
Now the content that gets created, I would say, is another benefit because I'll be training people in that gym, but then they will see demonstration videos of that gym as well, so they can home in those coaching cues.
Yep.
And I think that's really the only benefit I can mainly think of that would be the one that supersedes any other one. Like training with a PT is like, it's the same everywhere else, but that's the one thing that flicks the switch for me.
And also, like, when you're in there, everyone is also getting personal trained off someone else, so they're in the exact same position as you. You're not going into this gym and someone is absolutely jacked to the bone. You know what I mean? And you're like, oh fuck, I'm not at the same level as them. Like, everyone in there is getting personal trained to be better. Obviously, everyone in a normal gym environment should be there to get better, but everyone is there to be personal trained to get better.
And the environment that'll create as well, because I'm not taking any personal trainer that's coming into that place if they're a dick and they've got a door face and they're trying to be a certain niche and like that's not a fit for the environment I want to create. So like, you know, when both our clients are in, we have banter with each other. Our clients end up talking to each other. It engages them. So I want more people like that. And I know we've got a name.
Everyone knows everyone knows me. Everyone knows you. Even if they're your client, even if they're my clients, I go, oh, Dale, and I go, obviously they all know.
Exactly.
And that's another thing. You want every other personal trainer in there to be like that.
Exactly. So we got one other PT that's going to be coming on board, but we'll announce that.
When is that soon?
Aye,
I probably could announce it at the moment, but we don't worry.
Just in case. They're not ready for that as well. But excited for that, and then excited to really to grow it from there. So, I'm looking forward to it.
I think that's spot on. I think obviously, as I just said, I think by going into detail, it explains to everybody, well, is that what's included? Because Dale was in probably every Saturday, Sunday, doing something.
Most nights,
up every night, sorting something. It's not easy, especially when you've already got a business to run. Jumping back and forth. And obviously Manny at Gym 24 and Tony, that's what they've already done.
There's massive respect for them.
Like, to be able to do that.
Because I'm like looking about his and I'm like, wow, he's got his wiring.
Yeah.
He's got the
you're looking at all the small points that he had to do that.
I know.
He had to get that done.
Even the skirting boards, and I'm like, oh man, he's like the mats. He's like, he's glued these mats down perfect. Stuff like that the average Jill and Joe would never really fucking pick up on. But then I'm looking about it like, there's not one single.
So when you go into a gym and it's in good condition, respect it.
Aye.
Respect
and
it.
Look, the corporate ones, they're clean cut. It's models that they built up. It's even more impressive from a small independent gym. Like there's a bunch all over Coatbridge that I've not even had the chance to go to yet. But I'll be going to them to kind of spark relationships. I mean, and stuff like
Airdrie Coatbridge does have a few quality gyms.
They do,
100%.
Independent ones as well. So hopefully it doesn't shake up too much of the market with JD coming in there and that. But look, it's good for people. Yeah. You need to step your game up. This is why in one site like New Age opening like 5 doors up for Gym 24. It's shit. There's another gym in the same street, but look, see for the public. Is good because if you don't like one, there's another one competing against it, and you can't drop your game, can't be complacent. If you truly want to,
two gyms have to be really, really good.
Aye, on the ball.
So everybody in Airdrie and Coatbridge now needs to be really, really good.
Game,
Yep.
So I think it's a good market to tap into, and we'll see from here. Look, people might be listening to this going, "Oh, that's a lot of money." So that my mindset is like you'll be surprised when you put your mind to it, like what you can come up with for funding. You just need to weigh out the pros and cons, and for me,
just go for it.
Money can always be made, and I know more so if I never took this now, I'd be regretting this a couple of years down, 6 months down the line, because it'd annoy me if I seen somebody else going in and like, that could have been mine. I could have been doing that. I could have been doing this. I know it's going to be hard work to set up, but I'm all here for it, and I'm ready to.
This is something really controversial that I would say, but I say this to my girlfriend the other day, and see people say I can't get a job. I was unemployed for maybe 7-8 weeks, but I still had like wee bits and bobs that I could do. Not in that way. no, in a dodgy way. But I got agency work there and then, and it wasn't because of the work that I'd done before. It was because it was shit jobs. There is always money to be made.
There's a lot of shit jobs out there, but for me, I quit my job. I moved away from that, and I kind of made a pact with myself that when I quit that job, that I'm going to do everything in my power to
get there,
keep doing what I love.
Yeah,
and there's different ways in the health and fitness space that you can work. So this might be one of them that I try and go. Tried it, but it's no for me. But I can't see that going down.
No, I can't see it going back.
I can feel it in my gut that it's like, right, this is the right thing to be doing.
100%.
And that's why it's hard to communicate.
That was a nice serious chat. So we're going to end this podcast on an embarrassing story, right? Because it was, I fucking loved that chat. Like, I think it was really fucking good. Being transparent. Yeah, telling everybody this is how it works, and they go, "Fuck, is that how it works?" No, I mean, is that how a podcast works? Is that how a gym works? Is that how much it costs?
I know.
No, I mean, it's and people are like, "Fuck, man." They've
talking about costs. There's more costs in the podcast as well. Like we run this at a loss, but this is because we want to put out as much free content.
Yeah. We don't make any money from this.
But if you want to support us, then
my PayPal's in it. I'm going to start saying this every podcast. My PayPal's in the description.
Put it in there.
So let's end this.
Embarrassing
story because we've just said how you're opening a gym and we're doing a podcast and we're doing really well. Let's end it on an embarrassing note.
What's yours?
Right, so I've got a few embarrassing stories, but I think I'll go for the one that people go fucking hell. So I was doing deadlifts and I'd had a Pepe's the day before, right?
What?
A Pepe's.
A Pepe's.
Aye, peri. Right. So I get extra hot. So I'm warming up and I've done a few shites that morning. A few. No, after a Pepe's off, my belly's a bit dodgy. So I'm doing deficit deadlifts. I remember it well. So with a deficit deadlifts, you need to start a wee bit lower. So you need to push a wee bit harder. Put it that way. So I do one set and I go, fucking hell, that was quite hard. So I do my second set and it's like the second rep and I'm feeling like quite dodgy. I get to the end of it, I'm like, I'm not sure. And I went into the toilet and I'd shat myself.
Just to go home.
Well, there was shite all in my boxers, so I'm like, oh fuck. But see that way, I was just like, because I was just tensing so hard anyway. I didn't know like I'd actually jobbied.
Oh my god.
Right, so I went into the toilet, took my boxers off.
Did you leave them?
No, I didn't take my boxers off. I didn't take my boxers off.
Just leave them?
No, what I done, right? I'll be brutally honest here. I wiped it with toilet roll, right? And so, like, when I obviously took them back up, I didn't have, like, mere shite on my arse. Right? Got back out, went, put all my weights away, and then I went, right, I'll see you later, I'll be back soon.
Wash your hands.
I wash my hands, obviously. I wash my hands after a pish. And, so I shat myself in the gym.
Oh my god. Do you know, a wee bit of jobbies came out in one of my squats. I don't think that's embarrassing. I think it's just fucking happens on heavy sets sometimes. But see, for me, I was that, like, mortified with mine. Because I was in a pure gym in Nottingham, and I remember a guy going, "That's good weight." Because I think what was it? I had 3 20 plates on and maybe a 5 on each side. So
150.
150, and this was like 5 years ago as well. Some like early 20s.
23.
And squatted down, and then I came up and I was like, I didn't feel right, and I re-racked it, and I wanted to go to the toilet, and my wee guy goes, "I heard that's good weight," and I was like
really good weight,
and I went, oh, and I was like, oh my god, and I was that mortified, I just left. So I left the plates on in that gym, so that would have even caused me, like, why'd you leave those? Like, you left your fucking plates on. But embarrassing stories, like, for me, probably missing the weights, like, see, like, where you've got videos where you go to re-rack it and you miss it. I think that's more embarrassing because you make a big loud clutter and bang. So this has happened a few times to me. I used to, like, before, I don't know if you remember in gyms, like, you never had racks, like, you never had, like, the CrossFit type stations, like the big, like, multiple racks at one time. You just had your standard racks. They started coming into pure gyms. I remember the one that I went to Sheffield, like I'd set up like the squatting there, and I've got the video on my phone, and I was videoing my set, and I was like, I'm going for heavy today, and I went down, and I came up, and I was like, nah, not got this. Now this is before I'd learned a proper bail, so I went to I was like, nah, I've not got this, so I went down, and then I had to go backwards, so I just fell back and go. My feet went up there. But see the bang that it made, man. Every cunt was looking at me and my face was so red. That was the one, like, doing that now, it wouldn't bother me. I genuinely wouldn't be phased. Because I know everybody in the gym, I'd just fucked it, man. But see then when you're, like, I was still a wee bit intimidated. I was setting up my phone secretly to film myself. So I might be dead bold and just film myself. But seeing everybody look at me, man, because I was like, fuck, man.
How much weight was that?
It wasn't even that much. I remember putting in, squatted 3 plates, but it was like a 20, a 10, and a 10. I was just like,
yeah, fucker, yeah.
No, I knew it wasn't 3 plates. Look at me squatting
3 plates.
But I fucked it. I fucked it.
I actually remember, thinking back to it now, in Exercise for Less, there was a captain's chair. So that's where you do dips and like your knee raises and shit. And my pals learned calisthenics, and they could do like a handstand. Mm-hmm. So like, if my pal wasn't there, I would have took the full captain's chair with me.
Oh, really?
So I went to do the handstand. And no, so obviously, if I went like that to do the handstand, put my legs up, and they just kept going. And I hit the other side, and my pal had to flip me back here. But obviously, if my pal didn't flip me here, I would have just took the full chair with me. Imagine that.
Oh, man. That's bad.
No, because obviously you get up and you're like, oh!
You've got a few failing lifts, but I failed a lift in lockdown in my garage gym as well, and I was videoing it, and I was like, I'm going for this, and you can see me in my video, got the music blasting. Gillian's in the kitchen at this point, so I go back and I take it, and I'm like, no, and I came down, and I'm like, Gillian, can you hear me? And I'm like, fuck, and then I roll it down, break all my rib cage.
It does hurt.
I wouldn't need it, like, I don't get embarrassed that easy.
No, I don't get embarrassed by failing lifts, but I didn't like shit myself.
Shit yourself, but were you
I think missing the rack was embarrassing.
Think so?
Aye, when I missed the rack, because I'd done the lift, missed the rack.
You're like, look at me, you're like, I'm fucking badass. Look at gimped.
Oh no, but that's the thing. Shit happens. Like, shit happens. I didn't mean that. But like, so many of my clients, I don't want to feel. I was like, fuck, you can't feel like this. And I show them a video like that. Nah, I can't feel like that. I'm like, exactly. So fucking do it.
I told this on Gavin's podcast. She might listen to this as well. But have you got embarrassing stories of your clients?
Oh, aye.
Any you want to share?
Aye, she's listening to the podcast now, so she might hear this one. But it was funny. Like, I was the first person I go to do proper jumps. So she jump half a box and then land and get the spring up. Yeah. And she was like, I've not got good coordination. I was like, you'll be fine. I was wrong. So I put it quite low for her. And she jumped off the box, landed. I don't even know what the jump was. So 1 foot landed on, 1 foot landed to the side. She tried to grab onto the racking, fucking fell into all the stuff, and fell into all the metal, all the fucking, so let's see those other hurdles, etc. She fell into all that. Oh my God. And I was like, oh no. It was our first ever session. I was like, oh fuck. I felt really bad. I was like, up. Because see if it's somebody's first session and they do that, you know, they might never come back.
That could be it. You won't refund and done. Move on with life.
It really could have been. I was like, oh no. Fuck this.
See, like you told me first ever session, I want to say the person's name, but I got them a day like a combat stretch. So it's like a footballer stretch. You're on one knee, you put the other foot in front of the other, drive the knee over the toes to look at ankle flexion. And this, like, obviously not very mobile, not being in this stance. And got her down, one knee in front of the other, and she fell backwards and done like a backwards roly-poly. And I was like, I bet, and she was mortified but laughing at the same time. But I always point back to that, and I'm like, here, nothing's more embarrassing what you done that day.
Aye, so you can never, ever.
There's another one, like, we were doing dips, we were doing banded assisted dips, and I don't think this is funny, but I keep laughing now because the person made it a scene it. So we had a strong band on. She's like, if I jump on that, I'll rock about. I'll look like an idiot. And I goes, no, you won't. Look, brought the band down and I done it. And I goes, look, you just need to keep your core tense, and then that'll stop you from rocking. And she went up into her dip stance, got her set up in the the band, and she went to go down, and she was swinging all over the place, and she started laughing, and I tried not to start laughing, and she's swinging left to right, and I was like, see, she wasn't that bad, was it? And she was like, her face was bright red. So when you know you've like,
I fucked this.
that exercise, I probably shouldn't have put
I've done that so many times. I mind the gym was fucking mobbed, but there was one bench available. We had to take it somewhere else. Somebody was doing hip thrust right behind them, and I always teach clients, look, both dumbbells on both legs, in the middle of the legs, forearms at 90 degrees.
Punch bag?
Aye.
I can't remember seeing that.
Right. So I tell them, I tell everybody to do the same thing so you're nice and stable. So I say, middle of the legs, flip the knees back, let it rest, let it rest, and then press the dumbbells up. What a lot of people do is when they hear that, they go, right, I'm going to swing them up straight away. So he done that and he went all the way back. But it's not the only person I've had do it, but he done it in a really bad position because
somebody's hip thrusting.
Somebody's right behind them. I'm like, oh, right. I was like, you fucking watch what you're doing. Fucking watch what you're doing. Man, Sean's will be fucked if you do that.
You're fucking game over. Oh, they're funny. We get probably we actually should do an episode on embarrassing stories.
We should.
A wee bit of a different episode for you guys. So we're going to try and do like more like relaxed conversation exercises.
Too busy lifting weights.
But so I said earlier in the podcast, biggest way that you can support us while doing this
is my PayPal.
Isn't James's PayPal, but it's actually just supporting and sharing the page.
Yeah, 100%.
Honestly, like I know, like everybody seems, can I put much in my... You ever seen these Instagrams of people, like clients who follow you and they don't have any grid posts and it's just stories all the time? Like, because they don't want to be... It's too cool to like post a grid photo and that. It's like,
mate.
Get over yourselves and share our stuff, right?
Yeah. Share our stuff everywhere.
No, but seriously, we're getting tremendous support from everyone. So
yep.
A big thank you for you guys for tuning in. This is probably one of our longest episodes other than the interview one. So we thank you guys for tuning in. You can find us at Bulletproof Mindset UK on Instagram.
You can find me at RawJimFit.
And you can find me at Coach Crosser. See you guys soon.
Have a nice one.